Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 17 of Terraria 1.4 Journey Mode playthrough. As you can see, we're in Hell. I'm ready to take on the Wall of Flesh and activate Hard Mode. This is actually the second time that I've attempted it. The first time I actually almost beat him, but I just ran out of pathway just towards the end, unfortunately. So I'm trying this again, second attempt, and hopefully I can achieve this with you guys on camera. As you can see, I have a lot of buff potions. Since the last episode, I've got to go ahead and crafted a full set of Molten Armor, as well as Molten Fury and Molten Pickaxe. And I also found a Mythical Flower of Fire in one of these Shadow Chests. And so I'm going to be using a mixture of these three weapons to take down the Wall of Flesh. And this time I can actually say Wall of Flesh instead of Eater of Worlds, like I kept accidentally saying in previous episodes. So before we get too overwhelmed by enemies, I'm going to go ahead and buff up and try and take this down. And honestly, I think the Inferno effect from the Inferno potion looks absolutely amazing, and hopefully you guys agree with that. Because I think the developers did a great job in the aesthetics of this, and it's probably not too useful since I don't actually get too close to the wall effect. But I think in general it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and I'm going to hopefully take the Wolfish down this time. I'm actually standing a bit closer to it than I was last time to be able to actually aim my grenades better. And yeah, just remembering to jump as much as possible to be able to get those lasers. So yeah, the main reason I failed last time was just because I ran out of one ray, because I forgot just how fast the Wolfish gets in Expert/Master mode. And I used a full stack of wooden planks, and I thought that'd be enough runway, but apparently it's not. So if you guys are unsure, always overcompensate just in case. And honestly, I think now I overprepared because this is going a lot better than I did last time. So yeah, we shouldn't have any problem in taking down the Wall of Flesh here. Just finishing him off with the bow, just to have a bit of variety there. Maybe tossing a fluid flyers there. He's actually going faster than I am, so that's. That was getting a bit worrying there towards the end, but we're going ahead and taking him down. Wall of Flesh has been defeated. The Ancient Spirits of Light and Dark have been released, so that's the Hallowed there. Should be in. And what did we get? Well, we obviously got the relic from the Wall of Flesh. I'm actually quite curious to see how that relic looks like, because I think it could be pretty cool if they've done it well. And yeah, we are now in hard mode. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that relic, first of all. And we will put that in our base as soon as we get back. Which is not immediately covered by Hallow, so that's good. And so we'll put this relic down here and see what it looks like. Ooh, wow, that looks amazing, honestly. That looks awesome. I love that. Okay, so we have the Wall of Flesh treasure bag. So the main thing we get from this, obviously, would be the expert mode Demon Heart, I think it is, which gives you an extra accessory slot, which honestly will stack with the Master Mode one and will be amazing. So we got the Summoner Emblem, which is probably the class that I've been using the least at the moment. However, I do have plans to potentially get the Terra Prisma later on in the series, which will be quite a task, but then that Summoner Emblem could potentially come into play. We also got the Breaker Blade, Pwn Hammer, and the Demon Heart. So we now have a full extra accessory slot. So what I'm going to put in there for the time being is actually the Royal Gel back from the King Slime. Because I know all the slimes also get a buff. Well, the pre-hard mode enemies basically get a buff once you enter hard mode. So I think it'd be nice to have that and not have to worry too much about the... Oh, and we've already got Shadow Armors in betas. So they don't seem too bad with the Molten Fury, but they obviously do deal quite a lot of damage. So, the main thing I'm wondering is where the Hallow is spawned. I know most people, once they get into hard mode, they obviously go ahead and destroy Demon Altars straight away to get the hard mode ores to spawn in. But destroying Demon Altars also puts a random block of corruption/hallowed in your world. And I don't want this world to get too infested by that. Actually, the snow biome, the jungle biome, I'm already half infected by corruption, which I can't really avoid, unfortunately, until I get the Contaminator later on. And so I don't want it to spread too much further than that, so I'm actually going to go ahead and a bit different route. I'm not going to destroy any Demon Altars, and in fact I'm just going to get the hard mode ores through fishing instead. fishing crates. Because you should be able to get all the hard mode ores then, and it will leave our world nice and pure, and it's a bit different than just going spelunking more. But yeah, quite happy with these anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and just have a quick stroll around our world and see where the corruption / hallowed may be. So I'm gonna go ahead and just work to the ocean, for example, to start with, and we'll just walk to the left and see if there's anything. See if we can figure out where it spawned to know exactly what we can start doing with our world. Because now's when stuff gets real, basically. It's kind of a shame that it's nighttime here, but it's not too much of an issue. So, I believe next on the boss list is the first new boss in the game, which is the Queen Slime, which I believe is the first hard mode boss. But I think you need to fight her in the Hallowed biome, as far as I'm aware, at least. So once we find out where that is, I will obviously start exploring all the new hard mode content. And once we've kind of geared up a little bit, we can try and take down the Queen Slime. And I think that would be pretty cool. Now, I might change my mind on the Demon Altars thing, and I might go ahead and destroy just 3, just to get the basic ores spawned in. In fact, wait, what are these? Oh, hello, fairies. Okay, that's cool. Can I catch these, actually? I can, yay! I can catch some fairies. And I can duplicate them with 3 as well, which is exactly what I have. But I think I can just put them in a bottle or something, which I think would be pretty cool. Okay, so the desert seems to be not corrupted or anything. The whole right-hand side of the map seems to be pretty much the same, which is nice. Good to know. Because like I said previously, I don't want things to get too much over the top. So here's our snow biome, which will get corrupted at some point, probably, because the corruption was already half into it on the left-hand side. So now that the corruption will spread more, we'll get even more into it, basically. So there's that. I do still need to take down some demon eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and just take them down. They definitely have buffed HP in hard mode, it seems like. So the Molten Fury, it seems like we might finally retire our musket, because that seems to deal not enough damage now. So as you can see, here's the corruption from that has been here since the start. Once we get back to our hole that we've gone down, not this one, the other one, I might actually just go down and destroy 3 Demon Altars, just so we can see what ores our world would have had, and if we do go spelunking for any other reason, we can obviously see what we can find. We have the Corrupt Desert here, so that was already kind of corrupted anyway from before, so I'm going to go ahead and jump down our little hole here. I might actually put the balloon back on just in case I accidentally fall to my death. And we will go ahead and destroy 3 Demon Altars. So we have Palladium, which spawned actually just right there. And I would like to not die, but these guys are quite strong, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly do this. We have Orichalcum, and the last one we have is Titanium. Yes, I did want to get Titanium, because Titanium has a new set effect in 1.4. The Shadow Dodge effect that was on the Titanium armor is now on the Hallowed armor, and the Titanium armor got a new set effect, so I would like to check out that once we're able to. So we got Orichalcum, Palladium, and Titanium. I'm not too fussed about the first 2, to be honest, but I'm quite happy that we got Titanium anyway. So yeah, the right-hand side of the world seems pretty much exactly the same. And here on the left-hand side, we got those turtles now. They're going to be a pain. But yeah, so we've got... I want to see where this Hallowed is, because it doesn't look like it's actually spawned anywhere yet. But it obviously will probably pop up. I'm hoping it hasn't affected anything too important. The main thing I want to not happen is the corruption to spread into our biomes and these NPC houses to become invalid, because that would kind of ruin our pylon system, and I like having them around. Okay, so it looks like we might be getting up to the Hallowed, because it blocks... Yep, here we are. So here we are in the Hallowed. It looks like it might have actually taken over the corruption, because this looks like corruption tunnels. But instead, they are now Hallowed, so that's kind of cool. Because that doesn't mean overall that the amount of biomes that are kind of Hallowed or corrupted are about the same. But instead, we have hallowed instead of corruption, I think is pretty cool. So it's kind of, we're gonna have a hallowed corruption. So it seems to be a small pocket there in between the corruption, which means it won't spread too much, honestly. So it's kind of self-contained within there, which is kind of nice and kind of not a bit. I might want it a bit bigger than it is, but yeah, so we have that. So it looks like we're going to have an underground jungle mixed with corruption and hallowed, so that might get quite crazy at some point. But yeah, I would imagine that's probably the only bit of hallowed that's in the world. If I just carry on towards the left until we get to the ocean biome, just to double check. But I think that's probably about all that we're going to have. But we can set up some NPC houses in the hallowed and actually get a hallowed pylon set up, which might be a good idea at some point, because we could set that kind of right in the middle there, in case we need to get back to it. Like I said, I might actually extend the hallowed a bit to cover a bit more of that corruption area, because it seemed like just quite a small pocket there, and it obviously won't spread too much if it's covered on both sides by the corruption. So I would like to be able to see that. So yeah, it looks like we're kind of getting towards the edge of the world here. So it looks like we're not going to be getting anything too exciting. But yeah, I'm going to head back now. I don't know if the guide spawned back in yet. It doesn't look like he has. You may also notice I went ahead and built another underground floor to this house here, just to get some more NPC houses. So the clothier moved into this house here, or the middle one. Yeah, no, this one here. And I also set up the void vault here for our void bags once we, in case we ever need that. So he doesn't seem to sell anything too different. We could get the familiar stuff on for aesthetics to keep kind of our base NPCs look, but yeah, we are now in hard mode, everyone. We have, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accessory slots. And that is honestly insane. I know quite a few people were complaining about the difficulty of Master Mode and that it doesn't really add any extra benefits, such as like the bosses don't drop any more unique like weapons or anything, they just drop the relics and the pets. But obviously I could see the disappointment in that, because Expert Mode added like new AI and new boss mechanics, and Master Mode didn't really do any of that. It just buffed their health and damage. Which, yeah, they could have done more with it, but in terms of how difficult it is, I think it's a bit unfair to say it's too difficult. Because to be honest, yeah, it adds more HP and damage and doesn't add any more unique weapons to help you. But that extra accessory slot, once you've mastered the mechanics of the bosses from Expert Mode, honestly, I think Master Mode is probably easier. Just because that extra accessory slot, especially starting in pre-hard mode as well, helps you a lot early on and can add you a lot of extra damage output. So I think the compensation in terms of that is well worth the benefit. So I might move the guide to another house just because I'm used to having him like up here. But yeah, let's just quickly go ahead and see if we can craft anything fancy with these fairies. We just put them in a jar. And with this pixie dust, we can obviously craft the greater healing potions, which I do want to go ahead and get as soon as possible, basically, because, well, I think we need them. Probably some holy arrows as well. Fairy rings. I think they're new. I don't remember them being a thing before, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of a nice early wings that you could grind out on if you just killed enough pixies. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave the episode there. And in the next episode, I might go ahead and show you a bit more of my fishing escapades, and we can open some chests and maybe get some hard mode ore. And start the progression into there. And figure out what we are going to do with the hallowed biome and how the Queen Slime is and how to summon her. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. Things probably pick up quite a bit now that we've got into hard mode. There'll be quite a bit more grinding as well, because some of the hard mode bosses are quite a step up from the pre-hard mode ones. But they also offer a lot more good items, so I'm looking forward to getting into all the new stuff that is out there. Because according to the 1.4 changelog, there was over 1,000 new items, which I'm sure most of are in hard mode. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode once we start exploring hard mode. Bye!